Welcome to the Steve Wilmot Show, presented by Aria Health. I'm Sean Lerman here with head coach of the Chamonix Redskins, Steve Wilmot, coming off of a big win, 27-25, a very good, close game against Council Rock South, and another road win for the Chamonix Redskins, now 2-1 on the season. And I have to say, Coach, that was one of the best games I've ever seen. It was close the whole way through. It had to really be intense on the sidelines.
It was intense. It was another game, unfortunately, that we got off to a slow start offensively. Our defensive unit definitely didn't get off to a slow start. Our defense got off to a nice quick start with a fumble recovery. Unfortunately, our offense didn't come away with points. And then Ole Manzik picked up the second fumble and went in for a touchdown. So, our defense really started off the game. Our offensive struggled a bit, and then in the second half there was a couple letdowns on defense, but our offense was able to get it rolling, and I guess it was exciting. But Council Rock South is a tough football team, and I just consider us lucky to come away with a win.
Yeah, definitely a good win over a tough team. Now, you mentioned a couple of big plays that you let up. I believe all three of them were to Brendan Patterson, their running back out of the backfield. So what sort of happened on those plays where he was able to get through the middle?
I guess one of our two inside linebackers didn't kind of make it to where he was supposed to. Actually, there's like two or three people that were assigned to the fullback on any given play. When you add a few blockers into the equation, sometimes stuff happens, and the kid's speed really impressed me. I thought he was really fast for a fullback.
Yeah, I was impressed. And they have that system that they run where they've got all three running backs in the backfield and play action to two of them, and they send one. I know up in the booth I had a hard time seeing who had the ball sometimes. Right. But it's still a big win, and I know there was a lot of excitement towards the end of the game with fourth down conversion for a touchdown, and then holding on to stop on that 2-point conversion attempt by Council Rock South. What was going through your head when you're watching those last couple of plays go down?
In my head, I was kind of getting ready for overtime a little bit, to tell you the truth. And then we had that big sack to drive them back, and then then there was the pass interference. So I guess there's a wide variety of things. Well, when they were getting close there, before we had that sack, in my mind I was kind of getting ready for overtime, getting my mind what we wanted to run, stuff like that. But then we had that sack, and then from there it was just a matter of holding on, and then just so much stuff happened.
It really was. It was just a game where so many different things happened, and our player of the game afterwards was Jack Spengler. He had a really nice week, blocked the extra point, he had an interception, swatted down a pass in the end zone. I mean, he was all over the field. Talk about his performance in this game.
He's been great all year. I mean, we took him to the WBCB roundtable after week one. Yeah, after week one, we took him for his play against Montclair. He's answered the bell multiple times throughout the course of the year, on offense and defense. He did have one catch on offense this game, but defense, he was all over the place. He got that first fumble recovery also, and he really did a nice job on defense.
Will Dogbell had a very nice game on the offensive side of the ball. Really broke out, 164 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns in the game. It had to have been good to really see him come alive.
It was good. It was good. From a coach's perspective, I think we gave him the ball a little bit too much. You don't want to see your running back carry the ball. I think he carried it 36 times or something like that. That's a little over. But yeah, it's another gutsy performance. And, I think I said gutsy after week one also, because he had all those carries week one. There was a lot of hard-fought yards there. He battled for every yard. He hasn't let down on any play. He's really shown consistent effort throughout the whole year, and he's really done a nice job.
Certainly team-wide, a really good performance. I know we always talk about the offensive line a little bit. What did you see out of the O-line in this game?
Improvement. We watched the film pretty heavily yesterday with him. We have kind of an extra day before our next game. I'm sure we'll talk about that later on. So we really broke down all aspects. There was improvement from week 2 to week 3, but it's still a work in progress. It's not going to happen overnight, but some kids make some strides. I thought Billy Ritchie and Hunter Kelly had 2 solid performances along the offensive line. And then a couple other kids were a couple kids are solid to begin with, and then we're just kind of coming along in a couple positions. I think Hayden Rooney had pretty decent job blocking at H-back. There was a few problems here and there, but again, they have a tough defense. When you're playing a tough defense, you're going to have problems here and there. But overall, I think he did a nice job blocking for Will, and Will did a nice job running.
All right, so Coach, you mentioned that this game a little bit different, this one coming up against Abington, and the game will be on WBCB1490.com. We'll have it live as we always do, and that game will be Monday night at 7 o'clock. The following the Chamonix game will then be on Saturday at 6 p.m. We'll have all the live coverage for that one as well. And Coach, we'll talk about a little bit more about that when we come back, but Abington this week should be a good game. I know I'm certainly looking forward to it.
Yep, Abington, Abington, we know the coaches from Abington real well. Abington and Chamonix have probably played more games in the last 5 or 6 years than probably any other teams in the district. It seems like every year we were in the playoffs, Abington was always on our playoff schedule along with our regular season schedule. I've known Tim Sorber, the coach from Abington, since I was in college. So even before we started coaching, and it's fun. It's fun playing the Abington kids. I think the Chamonix and the Abington kids enjoy playing each other, and it's always been a really good game.
All right, well, we'll get into the nuts and bolts of it when we come back. This is the Steve Wilmot Show, presented by ARIA Health on WBCB1490.com.
The ARIA 3B Orthopedic Institute is redefining care in Center City and South Jersey. And our 50,000 square foot location on ARIA Health's Bucks campus in Langhorne features private rooms, free parking, and nearby hotels. With over a century of experience, the world-class 3Bs, Doctors Booth, Bartolozzi, Balderston, and their partners personally guide you from treatment through recovery. For all your orthopedic needs, call 1-888-ORTHO-3B or visit aria3bortho.org. At the ARIA 3B Orthopedic Institute, you come first.
If you are looking for a car, where do you go? Faulkner Auto Group at 4427 Street Road in Trevose is where to go for the best deals in Bucks County for all your new pre-owned cars, trucks, or SUVs. Go to Faulkner Auto Group. It's always Faulkner, to be sure. Go online to faulknerautogroup.com. Just remember, it's Faulkner, to be sure, for all your new cars or trucks. 4427 Street Road in Trevose. Faulkner, to be sure.
Hi, Merrill Reese to tell you about our good friends at the Revere Ristorante Italiano in nearby Ewing Township at 802 River Road. I can tell you that from South Philadelphia to New York's Mulberry Street, there's no better Italian cuisine than that served at the Revere. Start your meal with one of their great appetizers or salads. Entrees include outstanding veal dishes, fresh seafood daily, excellent steaks and chops, homemade pasta dishes, daily specials, and much more. You can also enjoy their bar area, where on most weekends, entertainment is offered. The Revere also does off-premise catering and can accommodate private parties for any affair, including business functions. Call the Revere Ristorante Italiano for more information and reservations at 609-882-6365. 882-6365. The Revere Ristorante Italiano open Monday through Friday for lunch and 7 days for dinner at 802 River Road, right off the Wilbertha Road exit on Route 29 in nearby Ewing Township.
Don't forget, if you miss any of your local high school sports action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian, or online at thetrentonian.com. The only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian.
Welcome back to the Steve Wilmot Show. I'm Sean Lerman with the Chamonix Redskins head coach Steve Wilmot, and looking forward to a game against Abington this coming week. Well, actually next week, because it'll be Monday evening at 7 p.m. We'll have the coverage live at WBCB1490.com. And Coach, for the third time in the first 4 games of the season, you guys are on the road once again. But so far, the road's been good to you, undefeated on the road.
Undefeated on the road. There's something about coming down here, being together as a team from the time school ends to the time you play. There's a little bit extra, a little closeness. It's good. It's kind of, where teams are kind of made. Away games, they come back, they report here at say 5 o'clock or so. So all the kids stay here after school. There's time to, relax and have a little bit of alone time. But the most important thing are the kids are together after school, and it's never easy going to Abington to play a football game. It's always been tough treading in that stadium for us. They have a good fan base, and It should be a good game.
So with the game being on a Monday, how does that affect the practice schedule for this week and how you guys are preparing for the game?
It affects it greatly. We don't want to burn the kids out on Abington. So we practiced yesterday, we'll practice today. We're going to give the kids off on Wednesday. And then from there, Thursday will be our normal defensive practice, Friday will be our normal offensive practice, and Saturday will be our normal pre-game type practice. So, that's how we're doing it. We definitely decided we didn't want to burn the kids out, but we do have that. We have a little extra day to improve upon the areas that we need to improve upon, which, and work on some special teams that we need to shore up also.
Now, getting into Abington specifically, what do you expect to see out of them on their offensive side of the ball?
They have a very experienced quarterback in Kretschmann. He can deliver the ball well. He also likes to run the ball well, so we have to defend him. They have some very speedy wide receivers. They've run by defensive backs in every single game that they've played this year, so they're on our radar. And they have a good run game. It seems like they're getting their receivers a little bit more involved in the run game this year. It's just not that one guy in the back, and their quarterback gets involved in the run game. So they give you a lot of stuff to defend.
Now, as far as what they like to do defensively, as you're scheming your offense, what will you see? What's their base defensive style?
Their base defense is a 4-4, very similar to ours. They have a mix of old and they have some sophomores in there, and a couple kids are. There are some talented kids, and we're just, like I said, every week we're just looking to get better and improve upon what we did the week before.
So with them and in that 4-4 defense, you expect to see 8 guys in the box a lot, or?
I'm sure when we go to our 2 tight end sets, I'm sure Coach Sorber and coaches will have a good plan. I expect them to screw down on us. But hopefully when they do, then Mason will be able to get the ball out to the wide receivers, and we can go from there. But yeah, I'm sure Tim will have a good plan for us in our 2 tight end package.
I'm sure, and if they do that, Mason Jones had another nice week last week, hit Treadway 7 times, and just spread the ball all over the field. I have no doubt if that's the case, he'll have another really solid game. So we'll get away from high school football for a little bit. The talk of the town right now is the Eagles are 0-2. Now, fortunately, you don't have to deal with this situation as the head coach with a 2-1 start, but if you're the head coach of the Eagles, what are you saying to your team this week after starting off 0-2?
I don't even know. I think midway through that game, I think I divorced the Eagles in my mind. I couldn't even imagine. We pride ourselves at the Chamonix on running the football, and oh man, I don't even know how to describe that performance. I think at one point they had like 3 straight 7-yard losses trying to run the ball. I just don't even know what to even say, or I don't even know what to say about that performance. I'm taking the week off from the Eagles this week. No matter win, lose, or draw, I'll still love the Eagles. I won't have another favorite team. I'm just taking the week off from the NFL because my brain can't handle another week like that.
Yeah, especially watching the offensive line has to be tough for you. DeMarco Murray has 21 carries this season for 11 yards total. So, tough start for the Eagles. Fortunately, though, a good start for the Chamonix. 2-1 on the season. They'll look to improve to 3-1 and improve to 3-0 on the road as they travel to Abington this coming Monday at 7 p.m. We'll have the coverage live on WBCB1490.com. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, this has been the Steve Wilmot Show. He's Steve Wilmot. I'm Sean Lerman. Enjoy the game on Monday.